Hey, today I'll be talking about episodes 72 through 73 of Legend of ZhenHuan. After the attempted poisoning of ZhenHuan, the Empress's servants are taken away. As loyal as they are, after intense torture, they start singing like canaries. The biggest confession is about the death of the first Empress. The loyal maid stayed tight-lipped, but the Empress's eunuch confesses that the Empress was sneaking something into the first Empress's food, and that is what caused the stillbirth and her eventual death. The Emperor is shocked. He goes to see the Empress in person. She isn't denying a thing. Her motivations were exactly as expected.
本该属于臣妾的福晋之位，被他人一诏夺去；本该属于臣妾儿子的太子之位，也要另属他人。
And yeah, this is the issue with the Emperor. He expects the women in his harem to be gracious to the point of not being human. He didn't even consider how the Empress would feel living through all that on her own, and he keeps saying, well, she was your sister, as if that means she shouldn't have been hurt.
纯元是你的亲姐姐。
He has no sympathy for his consort's feelings.
孩子要亡的时候，皇上你只顾姐姐有孕之心。
On top of that, the women can't really take out their anger on him. They have to smile at him, please him, sleep with him. So the anger goes elsewhere.
是朕，执意要立他为福晋，你为什么不恨朕？
皇上以为臣妾不祥吗？臣妾多想恨你啊！
And then we get to the Empress's driving motivation.
不是愿意看着自己深爱的丈夫与别的女人恩爱生子，臣妾做不到啊！
Okay, here's the thing. If you truly just wanted to live and have children with the man you love in a monogamous relationship, of course there's nothing wrong with that. But why would you marry the Emperor knowing full well that half of his job is bedding women and having sons? You wanted the position, riches, and power that came with being the Empress, and with that position comes sacrifice. Not to mention that even if it was just for love, that doesn't excuse killing women and children who were completely innocent. The Emperor writes out a decree to have the Empress turned into a commoner and tossed out of the palace. And then the Empress dowager, useless as ever, even in death. Her maid brings out the decree she wrote before she died.
皇后若有大不敬之罪，乌拉那拉氏不可废后。
I hate this woman. As they are the last words of his mother, the Emperor can't disregard them. Really, the Emperor still wants to do it. What really sways him in the end is when the maid reminds him of the first Empress's last words, asking him to take care of her sister. The Emperor's love for his first wife is the stuff of legends. It makes things hard on everyone else, but when you think about it, it's kind of touching how deeply he loves her. In the end, he decides not to depose the Empress, but she will be placed under permanent house arrest.
此生不负相见，遵旨。
And back to politics. The country is still at war with Zhengaria. Things are looking bad and they need good generals. The Emperor is unwilling to release any of his imprisoned brothers, and his greatest general, LongYue, is dead. He considers sending Guo Wang. In the meantime, the king of the Zhengarians, LongYue, requests an audience. LongYue arrives at the capital. He enters the palace and damn it, it's this guy. This is the guy that ZhenHuan and Guo Wang found in episode 50 lying by the roadside. They saved him after he was bitten by a snake, and then he proceeded to make gross comments about ZhenHuan and say his country would take over theirs one day. So yeah, this guy is the king of the Zhengarians. Actually, this was mentioned before. In episode 55, when Guo Wang makes his way back to the capital to find ZhenHuan returning to the palace, he tells her how he was saved after his boat crashed.
你还记得那一日在山上被我救下的那名被蛇咬的男子吗？他就是准噶尔汗王的长子摩哥。
But every time I watch that scene, I'm too busy crying to pay attention to details. Moga owed Guo Wang for saving his life, which is why he had him taken care of and returned safely even though their countries are at war. So these two do have an official excuse for why they know each other, and Guo Wang even speaks a bit of their language. Unfortunately, Moga has also seen Guo Wang and ZhenHuan together, and that can't be explained away. The question is whether or not he will say anything to the Emperor. Moga is seated. There's a critical battle going on literally at that moment, but they're all pretending to be friendly-ish, not knowing which side will win and hoping to make a treaty. Still, neither side can resist trying to embarrass the other and establish dominance. Moga has brought a little gift, a set of interlocked jade rings.
能否请大清皇帝为本汗解开这9连玉环呢？
In other words, if you guys are smart, then you should be able to figure out this little riddle of mine. The Emperor sends the rings to his smartest officials and none of them can figure out how to separate the rings. Moga is like, haha, gotcha. It's so silly. The emperor has his brothers take a look and even lets ZhenHuan check it out.
臣妾无能。
ZhenHuan whispers something to LongYue. LongYue goes up to the emperor and says she knows how to unlock the rings. I love it. Stupid answer for a stupid question. No one can get angry at a little girl, and when Moge complains that she broke his jade rings, she even flips it on him, saying he must be a petty man to get angry over such trifles. She has tons of this kind of jade at home. He can have some if he needs it. I love this girl. ZhenHuan goes out to change and Moge follows her. As the leader of the country they're fighting against, surely you know you wouldn't just have free reign of the palace, but I guess Moge just doesn't care. Moge greets ZhenHuan like an old friend. ZhenHuan tries to pretend she doesn't recognize him, but he makes it clear he's not falling for that.
你的胆子倒是大得很，竟敢和皇帝的亲弟弟私通。
She quickly says her sister and Guowang told her about how they saved him from a snake. He must be confused since they look so alike. She's elegant and quick on her feet. Unfortunately, it's to her detriment as Moge takes a serious liking to her. And there was a spy. The spy tells the emperor everything that he overheard, and just like that, the emperor gets his first official piece of evidence that ZhenHuan had an affair with Guowang. The emperor calls ZhenHuan in for a meeting. He tells the guards outside that no one is allowed in. He enters and it's interrogation time.
是什么时候的事？
Surprise, surprise, it's not about Guowang, it's about Moge. Moge met with the emperor and told him that he is enamored with ZhenHuan and wants her.
Sexually.
Remarriages of this sort have happened before. It would be devastating for ZhenHuan, but not the end of the world for the emperor. Especially since Moge says he's willing to retreat as long as he takes ZhenHuan with him. Moge is the worst. He's been terrible since the moment he was introduced, and the fact that their downfall is a man they saved from certain death is so painfully unfortunate. The lesson here, obviously, is don't do good deeds. Put a flower in someone's hair, they'll plot against you. Be nice to your maid, she'll steal your man. Save a man from certain death, and he'll drop an atomic bomb on your life. If she really is sent off to Moge, she will of course never see her children again, and will be nothing more than a glorified prostitute in the eyes of the people. On the other hand, it's not like she can say, no, I don't want to go. Let's just keep sending soldiers to their deaths. We'll see which of the two terrible options is picked. Till next time, thanks for watching.